Alright, so this is going to be a continuation of my selective goat grazing. This area behind me here is where I actually turned my goats loose here a couple of months ago. What they ended up doing here is I've moved them off of this pasture now for about a month. They actually ate their way through on the backside back here. They ate right past the hot fence that I had and went right down to the drainage ditch, and we're going down under the road. So what I've been doing here is I'm actually continuing where they had given me this path. And what I'm going to end up doing is I've continued this all the way around here and back around the corner where we're going to go in just a second. The previous owner actually built a little fort for his kids. That's going to be the new fort for the goats and the dogs, but I want to make a nice permanent fence all along here so then I can let the animals focus on really getting all this brush under control. Alright, so slow and steady here. I'm trying to get a lot of this canopy here off because there's blackberry bushes and things tied into it, and it's been raining for the past few days, so some of this is super heavy. I don't want to come through here with my chainsaw and chance cutting something and one of these branches just comes springing up at me. It's a pretty tight working space, so I'm just going to slowly kind of keep cutting my way in here. I don't know if it's going to show up if I walk back in here. You can just start to see the edge of the fort. Right there's the roof kind of coming out back out here on the clearing. Yeah, there it is. So you can just barely see the back window. So I still got a little ways to go, but that's where I want to tie the fence. I want to keep cutting through here, cut all these, and I don't want to cut too much. I just want to cut enough of a path to get a fence in here. I really want to try to leave as much as I can for the goats to clear, because that's the whole reason to put them back in here, is let them get this down and then I'll keep it down. And everything to here that I'm cutting, I'm just throwing it on the ground, because as I build this fence, I want them to be able to walk through here, eat all these leaves down, and then just kind of make their way through the brush. So gonna keep continuing on here. Hopefully I can get in there and we get some daylight around that fort here before the day's out. Alright, pretty much got the path cut. So now I just need to come through and kind of trim off some of this other brush here so I can keep my path. But I told you there was a fort in here, even though you probably couldn't see it initially. It's a pretty good sized fort. It's actually got a roof on it. Moss has taken it over. What I'm kind of hoping is if I clear all the trees as a path all the way around it, I'm going to pull all this brush off the top of it. Hopefully some sunshine will get on here and kind of dry this out, because it's actually a pretty good sized little fort. I want to say it's like 10 feet by 10 feet or 10 feet by 12 feet. But the nice thing is the dogs can go all the way underneath for shelter, as well as the goats. Plus the inside of it, it's got some windows, which I might just put some metal like cattle guard or something on the inside so the goats can't break out the glass or get to the glass. And it's got a little deck on it out here. So on the front of the deck, I'm going to build a couple of ramps so the goats can sit on the deck, they can go inside, go underneath it, and I'm going to fence this on 3 sides, so this will just kind of be their pathway as they go, and then they go out to the pasture from underneath the shelter. So time to finish kind of clearing out some brush, and then hopefully I can kind of clear a path out here and show you what it looks like from the front. Alright, so here we are. This is the front of all that brush that I just cleared my path through here. So we're going to kind of make our way around over here so you can see what it looks like where the actual fort is. So this is everywhere all the goats are going to be able to eat back, all these blackberry bushes. So as we come along here, I'm not going to thin this out too much because I really want my goats to kind of clear everything. But you can just start to actually make out the fort here. So as I get back in here, get out of the sun, you can really see it. So here's the actual fort. So you can see it's got a deck right here. It's all made out of 2x6s. So I'm gonna have to cut and kind of bring some of this brush out just to kind of open up the porch here for them. And then I'm gonna have to build a wall right here on this side so the goats can't jump over the fence that I'm going to put here and get on the brush. So I'm going to build the fence up and then have it come down here. I have some hog panels I think I'm going to use for that. I'm not going to clear any more of the brush here other than just on the deck, because I want them to kind of move it back on their own. I don't want to do too much of the work. That's the whole reason I'm putting them down here. So I'm going to go get my pruning shears here and kind of clear the rest of this off a little bit so you can really kind of see this. And we'll open up the door, get some sunshine in here, and then we'll get some more fence built, get these animals out here.